Welcome to the voice behind the story. Here, every secret has a voice, and every voice reveals a secret. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because what you'll hear next might just be your story too. My name is Clara Mason. I'm 25 years old and from Portland, Oregon. I grew up in a seemingly ordinary family, the kind that smiles in public and breaks each other in private. Ever since I was a child, I knew I was the shadow in someone else's spotlight. That someone was my older brother, Jason. He's 28 now, tall, charming, athletic. The kind of son parents brag about at barbecues and force you to clap for during graduation, even when your name is on the same diploma. He was the golden child. The prodigy. I was the girl who got straight A's, worked 2 part-time jobs, and still heard, "Why can't you be more like Jason?" Jason could crash the family car and they'd ask if the brakes failed. I could bring home a scholarship and be met with, "Well, it's not Harvard, is it?" At 16, I got a part-time job at a bookstore while juggling AP classes. Jason got caught cheating on a final and my parents paid to keep it quiet. They told me not to make a scene when I asked why he never got grounded, ever. It wasn't just favoritism. It was worship. My mom called him our miracle. My dad said he's going places. And me? I went to therapy. Things came to a breaking point last year when our family was planning Dad's retirement party. I offered to help organize it, but Mom said Jason was more responsible and gave him full control. He forgot to book the venue. I scrambled to fix it last minute. He didn't even show up to the party on time. He came in 2 hours late, drunk, and made a toast about himself. But of course, Mom cried and said, "That's our Jason." So sentimental. I started pulling away after that. I stopped coming to Sunday dinners. I avoided phone calls. It hurt, but I needed space. And that's when I found out Jason was stealing from our dad's company. My father owns a small contracting business. Jason worked there part-time, allegedly helping with invoices and paperwork. One day, I went by the office to drop off a birthday gift and found a stack of bank statements on the desk. Something felt off. There were irregular payments going to an account under the name JM Consulting. We don't have a consultant. I looked deeper. Jason had been transferring small amounts, at first a few hundred, then thousands, into a shell company he created using Dad's login. I confronted him in private. I gave him the chance to come clean. He laughed. He told me, "Even if you tell them, they won't believe you. You're just jealous, Clara. You've always been." That night, I didn't sleep. I debated whether to let it go, to protect my parents from heartbreak. But I realized I wasn't doing this to hurt them. I was doing it to protect the family business, the legacy my dad built with his own hands. So I gathered every file, every transaction, every forged signature, and I printed them all in color. Then I waited until our next Sunday dinner. My parents begged me to come, saying, "Jason's finally calming down. He got a new girlfriend." I smiled and said, "Sure, I'll be there." I arrived early. I placed a folder at each seat around the table. Jason walked in last, smirking, until he saw the files. Mom opened hers. Dad stared at a transaction for $7,800 labeled office equipment that he never approved. Silence. Then Jason said, "She's lying." But the evidence spoke louder. Bank statements, emails, even a phone recording of Jason bragging to a friend about milking the old man's company dry before it sinks. My father didn't say a word. He stood up, walked to the kitchen, and slammed the door. That night ended everything. Jason was fired. My parents were shattered. But they couldn't deny the truth. It took months before they looked me in the eyes again. But one day, Dad came to my apartment and said, "I'm sorry. I should have seen it. I should have seen you." That was the first time in 25 years that I felt visible. Jason? He moved to another state. Tried starting his own company. but word gets around, especially when clients start asking questions. Me? I help run the business now. It's not glamorous, but it's mine. Earned, not handed. So yeah, my parents worshipped my brother. But I was the one who saved them from losing everything. This was the voice behind the story. Some betrayals are loud, but healing? That's quiet and powerful. Speechalloon, what would you have done if your own brother tried to destroy your family's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that speak the truths most are afraid to tell.